Hello, and welcome back to Random Vids. So as the title says today, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite cartoon dogs. So a few rules before we start. The cartoon dogs can be in a TV show, movie, even a video game, as long as they're, a cartoon dog. So the only thing that I'm not including is like the live action dogs slash puppies. So sorry, Airbud, but you're for another list. So, I feel like I was going to say something else. But yeah, hope you enjoy this list, and let's get into my top 10 favorite cartoon dogs slash puppies. Let's start off with number 10, and that would go to Wolfster. Alright, so Wolfster appears in the well-known TV show Super Why. It's personally one of my nostalgic shows. When I was a kid, I remember watching it a lot of times. Do I remember Wolfster? I don't know if I remember him too much when I was a kid. It wasn't until later on in my teenage years that I started, finding out about Wolfster. I'm like, oh wait, there's this adorable puppy dog in Super Why that I never, knew about. Or I probably did, but I just didn't remember because I'm a little kid. So basically the show's about this character, or this, I don't even know what you want to call him, dude named Wyatt, who, and his friends, I forget all their names, honestly. There's the pig, then there's the two girls, and they all go together on adventures through different books to try to, I don't know how you say it. It's like, you go and they go and they try to save the story or something. It's kind of an interesting little show. Anywho, in one of the episodes, Wyatt ends up finding a puppy who he names Wolfster. And of course, just a heads up, there's going to be a decent amount of golden retrievers on this list. I love golden retrievers. I think they're adorable. I never had a golden retriever before, and I've always wanted one. So we're starting off the top 10 with a golden retriever. So Wolfster has been in a few episodes of Super Why. I don't remember too much about him, but let's look at his design. So yeah, it definitely has that Super Why design, but you can tell he's a golden retriever with spots, which I think is pretty interesting. And then he has a cape on with a little book collar, which I think is pretty cool, pretty cute. I also like how it's interesting how he only talks when they're in their stories and stuff. When they're in just their normal land, and he just barks, which I think is a pretty interesting way of keeping it like a little mix of both. Wolfster uses his dictionary to help with words that maybe we don't understand, that the kids won't understand. So we're starting off the list with a pretty cute golden. Let's move on to number 9, which is Tracker. So we've moved into our first Paw Patrol character. So unlike Super Why, Paw Patrol wasn't really quite as nostalgic to me, because by the time it came out, I was kind of out of the Paw Patrol phase. I feel like everyone hits that weird phase where it's like, the older, you get older, so then you want to stop watching some of the younger shows. Understandable. Like, oh, okay, there's shows now for teenagers or older kids and stuff. Alright, we'll watch those shows. But then eventually we'll grow out of them too, and it's like, well, what else do we watch? So then we go backwards and just do shows based off of pure nostalgia. I was definitely like that. I remember many kids' shows I stopped watching when I got older, but then all of a sudden, when you're older, it's like, alright, well, what else do you watch? You've seen everything, or everything you've wanted to see, might as well go back to the old stuff. And if I go forward anymore, we hit Family Guy, and I don't think so. So I'd rather work our way backwards instead, to hit our nostalgia. And I guess, like I said, Paw Patrol wasn't really nostalgia to me because it came out as I was kind of getting out of that young kid show phase, but it's okay. So, starting our one out of a few Paw Patrol characters, we have Tracker. So Tracker is a jungle pup who appears, I guess, in the jungle episodes. I haven't seen many Paw Patrol episodes, so I don't really remember much of this or that. Anywho, or at least the newer ones I haven't seen. So Tracker is a potcake chihuahua, I think it says. get. He doesn't really look like a Chihuahua, but I guess they did a really I guess they did do a good job with this design. I like the black or the brown and white, and then his green clothes to match. Um, I also like how his ears, like I like the shape of his ears and how they both just go straight up. Which I guess leads to his superpower where he can hear things really like well, and sometimes that's good, and other times I guess it spooks him out. This design is pretty good, pretty cute too. I do think they did a really good job with this design. I mean, it's simple, it's Paw Patrol, but hey, we're talking about puppies, so what do you want me to say? Nothing else I really have to say, honestly. I do think that Tracker is a pretty cute character, and I think he would make my top 10 list. So let's move to number 8, which is Scooch Pooch. Ah, man, of course I can't go without a top 10 without talking about Scooch Pooch. So, Scooch Pooch is from the TV show Go Dog Go, which currently has 4 seasons, which is crazy. You can find them on, Netflix, I believe it is. I do think the show Go Dog Go is pretty good, but then I compare it to other dog shows, and it's like, or other younger shows, and it's like, I don't know if it's quite my favorite. But, hey, I still think it's fine. So, Scooch is actually one of these characters that I don't know his breed. He is obviously a blue dog, but I don't know what type of dog. Or, sorry, a blue puppy. So, Scooch Pooch is Tag Barker's best friend and next door neighbor. And they both like to do a bunch of adventures together during the show. Now, with 4 seasons, I've only seen, Season 4 a total of, 1 time. And Season 3, same situation. So I don't really remember too much of Seasons 3 and 4 quite as much. But Season 1 and 2, I definitely remember moments of Scooch in it. I like how he's, the new shy neighbor type of character. And he's really cute. They did a really good job with him. I also love how he has the one ear up and one ear down thing. That just makes his design more adorable than it needs to be. And he's not the only puppy character that we're going to talk about that has one ear up and one ear down, so stay tuned for that. But, man, Scooch Pooch overall is a really great character, and probably my favorite from Go Dog Go, although Go Dog Go does have a lot of great characters, like Tag Barker, for example, or in her family, Scooch and his family, Frank and Beans are hilarious. I can go on. There's a lot of great characters in Go Dog Go. But Scooch Pooch just happens to be my favorite. I think they did a good job with this design. I also like the little, tuft of fur sticking up there, almost like a mohawk style. But, yeah, never once will this puppy ever get mad. And that's what I like. Nothing else I have to say. Let's move on to number 7, which is Lucky. Oh, come on. You knew I was going to add someone from Bluey, and honestly, my favorite character in Bluey always changes. There's a lot of really great Bluey characters that I can easily put as honorable mentions, like Jack, Rusty, Mackenzie, Socks would probably be up there. Heck, I'd even put Bandit up there, but you see, this list is more based off of favorite, but also the cutest. Bandit ain't cute at all, so, sorry, Bandit. But Bandit's a great character, Chloe's good, the Terriers, I love the Terriers, but I think my favorite would have to be Lucky. Once again, surprise, surprise, we have another Golden Retriever. Okay, sorry. Yellow Lab. It's close to a Golden Retriever. So, Lucky is actually the first Bluey friend to ever appear in the show. Appear in an episode 3's Keepy Uppy, which I think is pretty funny. We never see him in Bluey's school at all, though. Although we see all of other Bluey's friends in school. So I think Lucky is probably an age older than Bluey, but no one really ever knows. Unfortunately, as the seasons go on, he has appeared less and less in the show, as well as a lot of other Bluey friends, as well as a lot of other of Bluey's friends, but it doesn't bother me too much, because then they come up with really, really creative episodes with just the 4 healers. But I don't know, Lucky as a Yellow Lab, yeah, Lucky, of course, he's like Yellow Lab. Lucky is just so adorable. I also love how everywhere he goes, he carries a football around with him, too. or at least in a lot of the pictures and stuff, or even the plushie they sell. They have him carrying a football. Something about that is just so adorable. And his design overall is really cute too. And although I could also pick his younger brother Chucky too, because he's also pretty cute, but I think Lucky, it's just something about him just pushes it above all the other characters, even if he's not in the show as much as, say, like Mackenzie or Rusty. But he's just overall a great character and easily one of my favorites from Bluey. And this is the only character from Bluey I am adding, because if I wanted to, I could add a lot of Bluey characters, because there's so many great characters, but if I had to narrow it down to one, I would probably have to do Lucky. Bluey overall is such a great show. In my opinion, easily the best kids show out there, because not only is it a great show for kids, but adults like me can watch it too, which I think is really great. Because some kids shows, I watch it and I'm like, I can tell it's definitely more, like, it's a good show, but maybe more for kids, not really for big adults like me. But Bluey has a little bit of everything, and that's what I really love about it. Alright, enough about Bluey. Time to move on to number 6, and that is Tuck. Oh boy, welcome another Golden Retriever to the list. I told you there was going to be a lot of Golden Retrievers. It's my absolute favorite breed of dog ever. So, of course, for one of the most popular breeds of all time, Paw Patrol had to have its own Golden Retriever, or I should say Golden Retriever duo, that being Tuck and Ella. Although I do like Ella too, but I don't know. I just think I don't know, there's something about Tuck that I like more. Nothing against Ella, I think she's great too, but I don't know, it's just, which I could put both of them on this together, but I decided to do Tucker instead. So once again, haven't seen too much Paw Patrol, but they made I believe it's some sort of super series or whatever, where they have all these, with all the pups have these superpowers, and that's where we get introduced to Tuck and Ella. And their superpowers is Ella gets really big, while Tuck gets really small, which is kind of funny. And they try to stop the evil Birdwell. She's actually a kind of funny villain. I like the designs of both Tuck and Ella as well. Their suits just match them perfectly, and I love their little, well, I guess because Tucker is the boy of the group, he has the blue, and because Ella is the girl, she has the pink. I also like his hair on the top of his head and how it goes back, and how there's a little blue strand, and same with Ella, where she has a little, I think it's a pink strand. It's either pink or white, I forget. Or like a light pink. But of course, if there's going to be a Golden Retriever in Paw Patrol, you know it's going to be on my favorite list. I love Golden Retrievers. And although we don't get to see much of Tuck and Ella, I don't believe, but overall, they're great characters, and they're easily some of my favorites in Paw Patrol. So, yeah, nothing else I have to say. Let's move right on to number 5, which is Polterpup. Man, talk about a cute Mario character. So, Polterpup is our little ghost pup who originates from Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS, which came out, 2013, I believe. And I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 2 yet, but I believe the story of it is, or Polterpup-wise, is that he likes to take keys and cause some mischief. But then towards the end, I guess he feels bad, and he has pupils for some reason. Okay. Well, I guess all the ghosts have pupils in the second Luigi's Mansion, which is very odd, but okay. It'll be interesting to play that one when I get it for the Switch. Luigi's Mansion 3, Polterpup has more of a smaller role, and it's just more being Luigi's best friend, partner in crime, and helping him out with small things here and there. Not really causing any mischief anymore, and just kind of being there for the fun of it. Which, that's fine, but I wish we had more Polterpup, because there's only a total of 3 games of Polterpuppy in it. I could honestly say that, like, Polterpup is probably my favorite Mario character of all time. I love dogs, I love puppies, and Polterpup is just perfect. I love Poochie too. Poochie's pretty cute, but I just think something about Polterpuppy just boosts him above Poochie. Poochie's really cute, don't get me wrong, but everything they do with Polterpuppy is just perfect. I love how he's the mischief, yet cute pup, and trying to help you out during the game. You see, we need him in the next Mario Kart. Mario Kart 9, please. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Polterpup, new character. That'd be hilarious. Smash Bros. Oh, okay, I can't see a puppy smashing, but I guess we have Duck Hunt, but that's different. Speaking of which, all the little details about Polterpup is just so adorable. Like, I like the way his tongue hangs out of the side and his barks sound they're barks, but they kind of are a little like, I don't know what the word is, but they're a little like, they're barks, but they sound a little more like faded, I guess the word is. I don't know what the sound, I don't know what it is. And of course he can float and fly and go through walls, etc. And just his design in general is just so adorable. Easily my favorite ghost from any Luigi's Mansion game, and in fact, my favorite character probably from all Mario. You're probably thinking it's Daisy, right? Daisy's great too, but I don't think you can beat Polterpup. This cute, adorable character, oh. So yeah, nothing else I have to say, but Polterpuppy definitely makes my top 10 favorite list. Let's move on to number 4, which is Rex. Darn, I wanted to find a different image. So, on my other channel, my Shorts channel, I also made a top 10 favorite cartoon dogs video, and the image I had of Rex was a picture of him as a puppy chewing a shoe, which I thought was a really great picture, and I wanted to find it, and it took me forever and I couldn't find it. So, oh well, this works, I guess. So, man, oh man, if it isn't golden retrievers, then it's gotta be corgis. Oh man, I don't know what it is with cartoon puppy corgis, but they're just so adorable. And Queen's Corgis, Rex, is no exception. Now, I've actually never seen the Queen's Corgi before, and I've heard mixed reviews on it. Some people say it's a pretty good, some people say it's a nice, cute, doggy movie, and others are like, hey, this is a very cringy mess of a movie. So, will I ever watch it? I don't know. But hey, at least we had a really cute character, and I'm only counting him as a puppy. I'm not counting his adult appearances, because I didn't know, because I've never seen anything from him as an adult onward. But I have seen like some videos and stuff as him as a puppy and trailers and stuff. I know there used to be a video of like the first few minutes of the Queen's Corgi movie, and all of that was basically Rex as a puppy, which was a really cute scenes with him running around and just being a cute little corgi pup. I don't know what it is about cartoon corgi pups. They're just so adorable. Between their faces, their little black noses, and their pointy ears, and their big eyes. Oh my. So if it isn't golden retrievers, then it's corgis. So this ain't the first corgi that's going to be on this list, just a FYI. So yeah, nothing else I really have to say about Rex. I do think he's a great character, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen the movie, so I can't really judge too much. But all I can do is judge on what I have seen with the movie. And it seems pretty cute. Would I ever watch it, though? I don't know. I think I'll stick to Pupstruction if I want to see a cute corgi pup. Nothing else I have to say, so let's just move on to number 3, which is Perrito. So this is another case where I don't really know the breed of Perrito, but hey, he's pretty cute looking. So Perrito originates from the Puss in Boots Last Wish movie, and I've actually never seen like the original Puss in Boots movie, but I have seen the sequel, and the sequel is actually a really good movie. 99% of that is because of Perrito. He literally steals the movie. 100%. I love him. He's a great character. And a great inclusion to this movie. I've never seen the first one, like I said. A lot of people say it's not a bad movie, but it's just more mid. Well, this movie, on the other hand, is a lot better, and I mean, I can totally see why. They do so many creative things in the movie, and they go all over the place. And of course, Perrito. I do think he might be some sort of Chihuahua thing, but I don't really know. They don't really ever tell us, and he isn't really the hardest breed or the easiest breed to determine. Basically, he's best friends with Puss in Boots, and they go on an adventure along with Kitty Softpaws, I think her name is, to try to find Try to find something. I don't remember the movie. I've only seen it one time. I just remember certain scenes. Perito actually has a kind of like traumatizing, sad backstory, honestly. So, I guess Perito was almost kind of like the runt of the family. And they used to like playing hide and seek, with Perito being it all the time. So, that led to his family, I guess, kind of like, oh good, now we got rid of him so we can do whatever we want while he thinks he has to go find. I forget how, or they want to hide for Perito because they don't want to see him. I forget how that whole story worked. And then I guess they put him in a sock and threw him into a river with a rock. Yikes. Big yikes. And then he gnawed a hole through the sock, and now it's a sweater for him. Okay. An interesting backstory. But it's kind of interesting how Perito never looks at it as a bad thing and just tries to look at like the best of everything. It's just so cute how like he won't ever look at the negative of anything. He'll just look at the positives for everything, which makes him such a great character. Which, yeah, he can be kind of our comic relief character too, but he also is our adorable character of the movie too, which I love the mix of both because, I mean, there is definitely other comic relief characters in Puss in Boots too, but Perito definitely, I think, is probably number one comic relief, and of course number one for cuteness. So, being unwanted, I guess Perito just ended up in a crazy cat lady's house, and that's where he meets Puss in Boots. Okay, very interesting backstory. But I love how they give, like, these, what could have been a minor, just okay character, these big, like, background details to make them that much more likable. And, of course, the scene where Puss in Boots is having that heart attack and Perito lays his head on his stomach. Such a cute scene. I love Perito. He's easily my favorite character from the movie, and easily one of my favorite dogs / puppies of all time, 100%. I almost was going to put him at number 2. It was a close call. I probably could have put him at number 2 if I really wanted to, but I don't really know. So yeah, Perito, number 3. Now let's move to number 2, and that is the Junior Patrollers, aka Minnie, Nano, and Tot. Man, oh man, talk about adorable piles of fluff, or balls of fluff. So, the Junior Patrollers are from, surprise, surprise, Paw Patrol. Don't worry, this is the last Paw Patrol one. It's funny, because besides Paw Patrol, there's been a new, like, show, movie, video game, whatever, for each list, which I think that's kind of interesting how this ended up working out. But, anywho, when they introduced the Junior Patrollers in the second Paw Patrol movie, I think they probably took over the whole movie. Like, goodness gracious, these guys are so cute. If I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be Tot. I don't know why, but he'd probably be my favorite out of the group. Although I do like them all. They're all extremely adorable, and I love the attention to details on them too. You can see each individual little pieces of fur that's on them, and I love how they're wearing hats and little bandanas too. Just makes them all the more adorable. So these, I believe they're Pomeranians? I think so, yeah, Pomeranians. Man, I don't know, I just lost of words. They did such a great job with these characters, I think. And they also kind of give that Huey, Dewey, Louie vibe from DuckTales, if you kind of think of it. Except if I had to choose a favorite, I'd choose Junior Patrollers, just because they're so gosh darn adorable. Look at them. And of course, after the Paw Patrol movie, they ended up in the actual Paw Patrol show. Not looking quite as nice because obviously it's the show. It doesn't look quite, the graphics aren't quite as nice as the movie. But yeah, I did end up watching the second Paw Patrol movie just because of the Junior Patrollers. Which I wasn't really there for the story because, I mean, it's Paw Patrol. The story doesn't really interest me that much, but I was mainly just there to see the Junior Patrollers just because they're so adorable. Once again, these guys were almost number 1, and probably at one time they would have been number 1, maybe like last year when they first came out. But I think there's a puppy that I think I just like a little more than the Junior Patrollers. The Junior Patrollers are a very close second, though. And like I said, Perito is up here too, but I would have to say my favorite cartoon puppy is Finny. Oh boy, another corgi pup. I told you to keep an eye out. I told you I was going to add another corgi pup. So, Finny originates from the show Pupstruction, which is one of the newest shows, like, ever. He came out last year in 2023, and we got a few episodes from Season 1, it's Pupstruction. So Pupstruction stars these four puppies who go out and do almost kind of like construction, but puppy-wise. Which, yeah, it is kind of weird seeing dogs drive. Oh, so this is almost kind of like a sequel to Paw Patrol in a way. Okay, well, I guess it is really close to the Rubble and Crew one or whatever. I don't know. This is way, way, way better, by the way. So, in our main cast, we have, for starters, we have Roxy, who is the Rottweiler, and she doesn't have back legs, so she has wheels. Then there's Luna, who's the English sheepdog of the group. And she's kind of like the crazy, I don't know how to call it, kind of like the crazy comedic relief character of the group. And then there's Tank, the Mastiff of the group. And he's basically the muscle guy who loves hugs. And, of course, the main character being Finny, who is a corgi puppy. Of course, he's going to be number one. Let's start with the design. Remember when we were talking about Rex from Queen's Corgi? Well, they somehow did even better with the cartoon corgi look into Finny, with the big eyes and the small little nose, and his ears. What I like about Finny is that he wears his little construction hat on, but the construction hat is always too big for him, so it always ends up slanting to the side a little bit, so that means that one ear is usually down while the other one is up. Unless he's sad, then both ears are down. Also love the white and brown combination, and his little blue eyes, and his blue construction uniform as well, and his little tail in the back. Oh, so cute. They did such a great job with Finny. I also love the little tuft of fur sticking out between his, or out of his hat. I think they did such a great job with Finny from Pupstruction. And although my opinions may vary on which puppy is my favorite, for now I would probably say that my favorite cartoon puppy or dog, whatever you want to say, is Finny, because he's a cartoon corgi. I don't know what else you want me to say. And just look at his design. Like, I don't think there's anything else that would be number one. I'm sorry, but there just isn't. He's adorable, and he's my favorite character from Pupstruction, and he's my favorite cartoon puppy of all time, I think. Man, oh man, that was an interesting list, honestly. That was kind of interesting. It's kind of fun changing up the videos every once in a while. Yeah, I like doing Mario stuff, obviously, but it's fun changing up the routine a little bit. It is called Random Vids, after all, so expect random videos here and there. So it doesn't just have to be Mario videos every time. Now, the days I upload, that's all random, because due to my busy schedule, it's usually Mondays now, but that could vary. So right now, it's Mondays, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want maybe me to do like a sequel, maybe like the live action puppies, or maybe even kitties, let me know down in the comments and give this a big thumbs up. And, of course, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I hope you have a great day and a great week.